90% of people who open their first brokerage account do the exact same thing wrong, and it has nothing to do with which stock they pick. They open the app, they see 2,000 tickers, they panic, they Google best stocks to buy right now. They buy something because a video told them to, and 18 months later they've either panic sold at a loss or they haven't put in a single dollar since because the whole thing felt like too much. That's not a you problem. That's a design problem. The industry never taught you the one rule that makes everything else optional. So today, no jargon, no stock picks, no hype. Just the one rule that actually matters when you're starting from zero and exactly how to apply it this week. Here's the mistake in one sentence. You're trying to answer question 2 before you've answered question 1. Question 2 is, which stock or fund should I buy? Question 1, the one almost nobody asks first, is, what system makes sure I keep investing every single month on autopilot, regardless of what the market or the news is doing? If you get question 1 right, question 2 barely matters. A boring, diversified index fund bought consistently for 20 years beats an exciting stock pick bought once and then forgotten. If you get question 1 wrong, no system, no consistency, it doesn't matter how good your stock picks are, because you won't still be doing this in 3 years. That's the one rule. Build the system before you pick the stock. And here's why this trips up almost everyone starting out. The stock market is the only major purchase in your life where more information can actually make you worse at the decision. With a house or a car, more research helps. With investing, more headlines, more hot takes, more "this stock is about to explode" videos mostly just add noise that tempts you off the one thing that was actually working. The overwhelm you feel isn't a sign you don't understand enough yet. It's a sign you're looking at question 2 before locking in question 1. Let's make that concrete. 4 steps. Step 1. Automate the deposit before you automate anything else. Before you research a single company, set up an automatic transfer from your checking account into your brokerage account. Every payday, no exceptions. Start with an amount that doesn't hurt. $25, $50. The amount is not the point yet. The habit is the point. You cannot out-strategize a system you never stick to. Most people do this backwards. They wait until they have more to invest, which usually means they never start, because there's always something else to spend that money on first. Automating the deposit removes that decision from your future self, who you should assume will always find a reason to skip it. Step 2. Pick the default, not the best. Beginners get stuck hunting for the single best fund, reading forum debates for weeks and never actually opening a position. Stop. For a first account, a low-cost, broad-market index fund, something that owns a slice of hundreds of companies at once, is the default, boring, correct answer. You're not trying to win this year. You're trying to make sure you're still in the game in year 20. If you're worried about picking wrong, the cost of picking a slightly less optimal broad index fund is small. The cost of never picking anything because you're still comparing options is enormous, because every month you wait is a month of compounding you don't get back. Step 3. Set the deposit to buy automatically, same day, every time. Most brokerages let you schedule a recurring purchase the same day your transfer lands. Turn that on. This is the step that actually deletes the panic decision problem, because you remove the decision entirely. The market doesn't get a vote on whether you invest this month. The system already decided for you weeks ago when you weren't emotional. This also quietly does something called dollar cost averaging. Some months you'll buy at a high price, some months at a low price, and over years that averages out, which matters far less than the fact that you never stopped. Step 4. Pick one thing you will never do and write it down. For most beginners, that one thing is, I will not sell because of a headline. Write it somewhere you'll actually see it, a note on your phone, a sticky note on your monitor. The rule isn't there for a calm market. It's there for the 1 week a year when everything is red, the news is calling it a crash, and every instinct says get out before it gets worse. That sentence, written down in advance while you're calm, is what keeps you in the market long enough for step 1 to actually work. This is the step people skip, and it's the one that costs the most when they skip it. That's the whole method. Automate the deposit. Pick the boring default. Automate the purchase. Write down the one thing you won't do. In that order, not stock research first. Let's make this concrete with a number, because a rule without a number is just a slogan. Say you start at 25 years old, putting in $200 a month into a fund that averages a 7% return over time, which is below the long-run historical average on purpose, so we're not overselling this. By 35, a little under $35,000. By 45, around $105,000. By 55, a bit over $240,000. By 65, 40 years of that same $200 a month, untouched, automated, boring, you're at roughly $525,000. Nobody in that example picked a winning stock. Nobody timed a dip. The entire outcome came from one decision made once. Automate $200 a month and don't turn it off, compounding quietly in the background for 4 decades. Bump that same habit to $300 a month instead of $200, same 25-year start, same 7%, and 40 years later you're closer to $790,000. The real number that matters here isn't some magic starting amount. It's whatever you'll actually keep depositing without fail, because the gap between $200 and $300 a month matters far less than the gap between automated for 40 years and stopped after year 2. Now here's the mistake version of that same story, because this is the part that should actually worry you. The person who does the opposite, waits for the right moment, stops contributing during a downturn because it feels safer, restarts a year later after missing the recovery, that person doesn't end up close to 500,000. Historically, missing even the 10 best market days over a multi-decade period can cut the final number by more than half, and a striking number of those best days land within days of the worst ones, right when fear is highest and it feels obviously correct to stop. The market doesn't punish you for investing during a bad month. It punishes you for stopping. So the one rule again, because it's the only thing worth remembering from this video. Build the system before you pick the stock. Automate the deposit. Pick the boring default fund. Automate the purchase. Write down the one thing you won't do when the market drops. If you take exactly one action after watching this, make it step 1. Open your brokerage app right now and schedule that first automatic transfer, even if it's $25. Not research, not a watch list, the transfer. Everything else in investing is optional until that one habit exists. One honest caveat before we close. This is general education, not personal financial advice. Your own situation, debt, and timeline matter, so treat this as the starting framework, not the whole plan. If you want the exact walkthrough for choosing your first index fund and setting up the automation inside the most common brokerage apps, that's coming in a follow-up video. Subscribe so you don't miss it, and drop in the comments what's actually stopped you from starting so far. That tells me exactly what to cover next.